since it's late, or rather early, I didn't want to leave you with that horribly long video, and I'll do a positive book review. I've never read this book, but I'm going to start. I think the Etruscans are cool, and early Roman civilization, and especially early period of the Latins, Etruscans, the Villanovan civilization. I think all that's awesome, and I love learning about it. So that one I'm going to read. But this is actually a Doctor Who. The thing about Doctor Who, and I'm getting the list from this book, the Doctor Who yearbook, that I got, I think, in the early 90s, late 80s. No, early 90s, most definitely early 90s. And the top 20 that top 20 Doctor Who episodes, because that last one was, that last video was just way too out there. Not out there, but I would, this is one of the reasons why I don't rewatch my videos. Where is it? Yeah, so the top 20 Doctor Who, and this one's fairly accurate for all the Doctor Who fans out there. See if this lines up. I am a fan of The Doctor, which is Tom Baker. He's the Doctor. And if there's anyone I want to meet in my lifetime, that's him. So I got to get over to England quickly before he expires. So the Doctor's Top 20, a chart below of the Doctor's most popular stories in Britain based on the average ratings the story achieved, recorded in millions in brackets, is listed. Is listed the Doctor Who starred. Oh yeah, who's who, basically, who's playing Doctor Who. And here it goes. So, number 1, The City of Death. That's the one where they're running around Paris. It's cool to see all that stuff. It's about the alien and the ship, and he's shattered across time, and it's very cool. Now, not my number 1. I don't know if it would be in my top 10 even. I might get hate mail for that, or hate PMs or things. Second one, The Pyramids of Mars. Everybody usually says this is their favorite one, probably because it's kind of a crazy name, and it's with Set being part of the race of the ancient Osirians, and I don't want to give all the plots away, but I'll just say that. And it's cool, but this one has Sarah Jane in it, and she always screams, and I always think Sarah Jane lessons, like the episode, like click, 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 down, Didn't make too good of clues. Okay, this one I would have to put at probably number 1. Number 3 is number 1 for me, probably, maybe. And this is the first time I saw the Daleks. This is The Destiny of the Daleks. These 3 are Tom Baker. City of Death is Tom Baker. Pyramids of Mars is Tom Baker. Destiny of the Daleks is Tom Baker. Now, people point out inconsistencies or things like that, or it's not really. I didn't think there were inconsistencies in there, and it's not pointed out until it's pointed out to you. Where like, oh, see this thing in the special effects was the reason why I like the Tom Baker ones is, first of all, Tom Baker, badass. Second is the cheap 70s special effects, and the opening for Tom Baker episodes is so great. The 4th Doctor, it's awesome. So I think that's one of my number 1s. I have City of Death on VHS. I have Pyramids of Mars on DVD, and I have Destiny of the Daleks on VHS. That's why I still have a VHS recorder and a TV, and I'm never throwing it away, because the VHSs I got for like 50 cents I think the most I ever paid was like $5 for one of them. But those are the rare ones that I paid $5 for the VHS for. I don't think you guys want to know in the millions what was viewed. The first one's like 14.5 million. The Robots of Death, Tom Baker. This also would be competing for number 1. I love that episode. So that's number 4 is The Robots of Death. Number 5 is The Web Planet, William Hartnell. I don't like William Hartnell episodes, even though I have one on DVD because I've never seen him on there before. So I got Dalek Invasion of Earth. Not good. Daleks in that one suck. The Rescue, William Hartnell. Again, not a fan of William Hartnell. 7 is The Deadly Assassin with Tom Baker. Not a fan of that one at all. Wouldn't even be in my top 10 at all. Number 8, The Dalek Invasion in Earth, William Hartnell. I have that one on DVD, as I said. Not a fan. Although the storyline is really cool. I have to say that. Good story. Didn't like it though. Number 6, The Android Invasion, Tom Baker. Kind of a cool episode. Didn't like it, wouldn't make the top 10. Cool episode in the story. Again, Sarah Jane. Oh yeah, let me tell you, first of all. The City of Death, which is number 1, was with Layla Ward as Romana, so the second Romana. The Pyramids of Mars was Sarah Jane. Destiny of the Daleks was Layla Ward as the second Romana. Robots of Death was with Leela, best companion of Doctor Who ever. Web Planet, screw that. The Rescue, screw that. The Deadly Assassin is after The Hand of Fear, which I had on DVD until Betty chewed it up. Which is where he kicks out Sarah Jane. She said she had to go, or not really kicking her out, but he had to go back to Gallifrey. So he doesn't have a companion in that one. Dalek Fisher. The Android Invasion of Sarah Jane, again, a downer. This number 10, The Romans, William Hartnell, never seen that. Number 12, The Ark in Space, another good one. Probably number 2, maybe number 1. I don't know. I have a lot competing for number 1. That he had Ian Matter, who played what was his name? He was with Sarah Jane. He was in the first season that Tom Who was in, or Tom Baker. His first season as Doctor Who. Him and Sarah Jane, which is Elizabeth Sladen. Oh, what? I know if somebody's going to, please write it underneath what his name is. I'll remember it in 2 seconds, but yeah, it's really eating at me that I don't know that one. It was Ian Matter with, trying to cheat and look, but I can't see. 13, Hand of Fear. Again, not one that I dug. Sarah Jane was the companion. 14, Seeds of Doom. Very cool. Probably my number 4 if I had a Tom Baker thing, or a list. That's Tom Baker as well. Ark in Space, Tom Baker, obviously. Hand of Fear, Tom Baker. Seeds of Doom, Tom Baker. Number 15, The Brain of Morbius. It's a edited repeat, but that is Tom Baker, and it was Sarah Jane. That might be in my top 10, or maybe I want it to be because it was kind of had some cool things in there, but less enjoyable. Number 16, The Centaurian Experiment with Tom Baker, which had Ian Matter and Elizabeth Sladen as the companions from the first season. Which this had kind of a show arc that after the robot, when he regenerated and became when John Pertwee regenerated the thing before that, and you see him generating into Tom Baker. That was the robot, and then it goes to the Ark in Space, and they get beamed around the transmit beam. So then it goes the Centaurian Experiment, the Genesis of the Daleks, the Revenge of the Cybermen, and then they go into Terror of the Cygons, which isn't part of the Ark. So it's usually Ark in Space, Centaurian Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, and then Revenge of the Cybermen. Number 17, The Daemons with John Pertwee. Haven't seen that one. But they had something about the Daemons and the Mask of Mandragora. Number 19, The Green Death, John Pert... Or no, sorry. Number 18 was The Invasion of Time, Tom Baker. His companion was Leela. Not Lalla Ward, but Leela. Who was like the savage. And, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped number 11. How could I skip number 11? Number 11 was The Face of Evil. That's where he meets Layla on a savage planet with like they're like a primitive people that got there's kind of two races divided of people, like a eugenics experiment, and it's very cool. It's kind of like the thing, like if someone from space crashed on an alien planet, they'd have all this futuristic stuff around, but they'd be like, Stone Age people. That's what that was. So that was very cool. Sorry, I missed number 11. So The Invasion of Time is the Face of Evil with Tom Baker, which was number 11. That would be another competitor for number 1 with me. Very indecisive about Tom Baker. These things have to be treaded very lightly on. Number 18, The Invasion of Time with the Centaurans. This one was kind of cool. It's almost like two different stories in there, and I think this was the first one I recorded when I was real young, and recording them on off of Channel 11. That's Tom Baker. Layla was his companion. Number 19, The Green Death, John Pertwee. No, didn't see it. Number 20 is The Talons of Wing Chiang. Tom Baker's assistant was Leela. And this one was an alright one. That might be in the top 10 of mine. But that's the top 20 of Doctor Who. So I didn't want to leave you with that horrible, boring one that I made. And this one might bore you to death if you're not a Doctor Who fan. But John Pertwee, I've watched some of his stuff. Not bad as a Doctor, but he's not really the Doctor now, is he? No. That is the Doctor. That's Tom Baker. That's John Pertwee. He played the Doctor. Hold on. That's John Pertwee. He played the Doctor. That guy right there, Patrick Troughton, he played the Doctor. Oh yeah, him, Patrick Troughton, and Tom Baker were both in the Sinbad movies. He was in, I believe, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and he was in Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. This guy is most definitely not Doctor Who. This guy sucked as Doctor Who, was terrible at it. This guy was kind of meaner, and that guy, I was happy because they showed in the story arc, so it went from his episodes to his episodes to his episodes, which were better than this guy, Peter Davidson. So he was better, and then he was kind of like a breath of fresh air. And then there's the new Doctor Who, which I don't consider Doctor Who. Although Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant are watchable, but Matt Smith is not. And I'll give you some more treats. That's a Centauran. That, I believe, that's one of the robots of death. That is a Cyberman. That is Davros, the creator of the Daleks, and that is a Dalek. That's from The Vengeance on Varos, I think. This real creepy character right there. He's mostly in the Colin Baker ones. What's this guy's problem? I have no idea. But yeah, Tom Baker is Doctor Who. Even though it took 1, 2, 3 doctors to get to him, which was William Hartnell, the old crank. And I think this is how he's described, well, or I'll describe him like this, or paraphrase him. I don't think anybody call him an old crank, but he's the old crank. He's the intergalactic hobo. He's the hoof. They actually call him that in there, the dandy with frills. He's the intergalactic bohemian. That's Tom Baker. College boy. When I mean college boy, I mean like the English, British, 70s prep school type crap. Colin Baker was kind of a meaner character, and then he was almost a fresh. He was almost more like him than anybody else. Although his episodes I don't really dig. With this character too, you had, was it him or was it, yeah, with this you had an American, this really whiny American, which I didn't dig, or maybe I think she was Canadian. Oh, that's a Sea Devil, that funny looking dude right there. Which are kind of with the Silurians, and those weren't really Tom Baker episodes. I always thought people were nerds that watched Star Trek and all that, or any other Doctor Who's except Tom Baker. But Tom Baker I thought was awesome because it was so trippy and stuff. And then as I got older and started experimenting with chemicals, it was always awesome to watch Doctor Who, Tom Baker, all like stoned or tripping or something. So a great time all around, fun for all ages. So yeah. The only video I have on hand is A Clockwork Orange, but maybe I should go through and show you the seasons. Nobody cares about Doctor Who but me, I realize that, but I really didn't like that last video I made. The thing about Doctor Who, and I'm getting the list from this book, the Doctor Who Yearbook, that I got, I think, in the early 90s, late 80s. No, early 90s, most definitely early 90s. And the top 20 that top 20 Doctor Who episodes, because that last one was, since it's late, or rather early, I didn't want to leave you with that horribly long video, and I'll do a positive book review. I've never read this book, but I'm going to start. I think the Etruscans are cool, and early Roman civilization, and especially early period of the Latins, Etruscans, the Villanovan civilization. I think all that's awesome, and I love learning about it. So that one I'm going to read. But this is actually a Doctor Who. That last video was just way too out there. Not out there, but I would, this is one of the reasons why I don't rewatch my videos. Where is it? Yeah, so the top 20 Doctor Who, and this one's fairly accurate for all the Doctor Who fans out there. See if this lines up. I am a fan of The Doctor, which is Tom Baker. He's the Doctor, basically, who's playing Doctor Who. And here it goes. So, number 1, The City of Death. That's the run where they're running around Paris. It's cool to see all that stuff. It's about the alien and the ship, and he's shattered across time, and it's very cool. Now, not my number 1. I don't know if it would be in my top 10 even. I might get hate. And if there's anyone I want to meet in my lifetime, that's him. So I got to get over to England quickly before he expires. So the Doctor's Top 20, a chart below of the Doctor's most popular stories in Britain based on the average ratings the story achieved, recorded in millions in brackets, is listed. The Doctor Who starred. Oh yeah, who's who.